Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, and my co-host, Schroeder Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with an NFL showdown. It's a showdown. BUCS versus Cowboys, guys. I will be joined by a very special guest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. And that really helps out the channel. And you guys have been killing it with the channel lately. So thank you guys so much for all the support. And if you're returning, welcome, guys. Welcome. I know it's a little earlier. I mean, the game's not for another, 4 hours or so. But, I mean, we're not waiting on any news or anything like that. So, yeah, might as well just do it now. We have an early MLB slate, which I will be doing lineups for that. What's up, Terry? How you doing, man? How you doing? So let's bring up, before we get into it, guys, as usual, let's bring up draft dashboard. My goodness. Off to a great start here, Skywalker. Rush Schroeder, are you ready? You ready to send us into hyperdrive? All right, Schroeder, go ahead. Are we clear? We're clear. All right. Strap yourselves in. Here we go. Woo, we made it. We made it, dude. All right. We made it. All right, guys. So if you want to join the family, guys, you want my lineups, space. You got two providers in one. DFS space, myself, Skywalker DFS, guys. It's dfsclub.com, where you get every single sport, guys. And look at these prices. Nobody can beat it in the industry. $14.99 a month. That's for every sport, guys. That's for MLB, NFL, NBA is coming back next month. NHL is coming back next month. October is just full of every single sport. So I love October, man. That's when everything is going. You get the MLB playoffs, NBA's kicking off, NFL's getting into it. NHL's kicking off. So, yeah, guys, come join the family. We do the members-only podcast 1 hour before lock exclusively to the DFS Club. We cover DraftKings, FanDuel, you name it. We cover it, guys. Ownership, projections, lineups. You guys like lineups? We got them. We got them. Everybody, we got a bunch of sharks in here, too. Shout out to Triple OG. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to all you guys, man. Shout out to Space. So let's go, guys. DFSclub.com. All right. So, again, stick around. We have a very special guest joining us for this live stream. So let's get into it. Let's bring up draft dashboard here. All right. So let me pull up the showdown mode. Let's go to the position optimizer and then single game. Here we go. All right. So if you guys missed my early video in the week, I kind of missed this little nugget, which was some of these kids on Dallas, some of these rookies were talking smack to Brady, saying he's too old. He's too old. He's too this. He's too that. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to piss off the GOAT, man. So I don't know how you don't play Tom Brady today. Now, are you going to play him in your captain spot? I don't know. I hear a lot of people might be doing that. The only time I ever do that is pretty much if it's a dual threat quarterback. If the quarterback's going to be a rushing quarterback and a passing quarterback, then yeah, I'll throw him in the captain. Absolutely. But Brady has so many wide receivers to throw to, right? So many options here. And you guys already know there's always that one person, this $200 player on DraftKings that just totally gets in the end zone and totally breaks the slate. So, yeah, there's also that factor. With this one, it's going to be so popular. You guys are going to have to be different. You got to be different than everybody else because when you take down, you don't want to share it with 2,000 people. This includes you people who play 150 lineups. You got to be different. Leave salary on the table. On my first lineup I just made, I left $4,000 on the table, guys. Leave salary on the table because I'm not looking just to min cash, guys. I'm looking to take down as usual. So as far as Tom Brady goes, I'll have him in a lot of utility spots. On FanDuel, that's a whole different animal. FanDuel, I'll have him in the captain spot 100%. The scoring's just different over there. And then always correlate at least 2 receivers with the team that you think is going to do it. Now, Tampa Bay's favored by 10 here, so there's a potential blowout. So some of these running backs might come in and just shit in everybody's apple pie. You know what I mean? Because they will sit Brady if this game gets out of hand. They'll sit him. They'll sit the starters. So keep that in mind too, guys. And I always play the second half. If you guys never played the second half on these showdowns, they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy to cash. I've done very well over the years doing just the second half. It's kind of like for sports wagering, it's kind of like live betting. So, yeah, Tom Brady, definitely a utility spot. Same with Dak Prescott. Now, I know Dak is you're going to have plenty of salary to fit both quarterbacks, there we go, into your captain spot. You should have no problems today, guys. Dak Prescott might be running for his life today because that Tampa Bay defense is no joke. But he's been saying, now, I can just quote what he's saying. He's saying he's going to have the best year of his life this year. He says he's ready to go. He's ready to be a top quarterback in the league. And he's got weapons too, guys. So, but as far as rostering Dak Prescott as a captain, I'm not going to do it. Now, I will have him in a utility spot. Absolutely. I'm going 100%, probably 100% Brady, Dak in a utility spot. And then we get to the tricky parts, right? We get to the wide receivers here. So you got Mike Evans coming in at 9.2 on DraftKings, $1,100 more on FanDuel. Chris Godwin is healthy. Chris Godwin is going to play. Chris Godwin is 8.6K. Mike Evans has been the number 1 target. Has been. But we don't know what's going to happen this year. You got the younger receiver in Godwin at 8.6, who's actually cheaper than Mike Evans. Does Mike Evans still got it? We're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out tonight. But both receivers are in play, so I would correlate at least 2 receivers with your quarterback. You can even do a pass-catching running back with your quarterback, and that counts as a receiver to me. I don't see really that many pass-catching running backs on this slate. But what's really surprising me is Ezekiel Elliott's ownership. Now I might be interested. Now, I know I said in my video before that Zeke, I was going to fade him. But if he's going to come in at low ownership, man, thanks, Richard. I appreciate it, man. That's what happens when I brush my hair. Hold on. We got Terry back in here. Jigga Josh, what's up, brother? We got the DFS club in the house. We got Tall Dog. We got to shout everybody out, guys. Come on now. Douglas, my man, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. I love all your comments. I love the support. Then we got Jake. Jake, what's up, man? And Jake also agrees. Tom Brady is a must play. Yes, sir. DFS Club. If you guys want to be highlighted, just leave me a comment and I'll get to you guys, man. Everybody gets highlighted on the Skywalker show, the Skywalker and the Schroeder show. But so decisions are really going to have to be made today on running backs, I think. I think running backs is what's really going to make or break a takedown. Let's take a look here. So let's go to the position optimizer. That way it's just like, let's go to running back. So Leonard Fournette, 7K. 23% ownership right now. 7K is a pretty hefty price tag. I don't know if I'm going to go here today. I know a lot of people probably aren't from what I'm hearing. $1,500 more on FanDuel. He's just not a workhorse running back. Tampa hasn't used him like that. Now, on his other team, they did. But Tampa hasn't used him. He will probably get the goal line carries. But Tom Brady's going to want to really give it to Dallas. And if Brady will run it in himself. After all that shit talking those kids did to the GOAT, Brady's going to want to prove a point today. So don't have much confidence in a 7K Leonard Fournette. I'd probably rather get to Ronald Jones at 5K, especially if you think this game's going to blow out. He's $2,000 cheaper on DK. $800 more on FanDuel. I think Ronald Jones is in a great spot. He's got lower ownership right now than Fournette. Again, this can all change 4 hours from now, the ownership anyway. And then Zeke is 37%. If he goes any higher than that, I can't do it. I can't do it at 9.6. I think Tony Pollard's going to be in the mix. Probably be a 60-40 timeshare. And again, if the game blows out, you got Giovanni Bernard. He's a pass catching back. I just hope he's rocking that mustache again, man. That was dope. But he's only 2K. So if you think it's going to get out of hand, you think Giovanni Bernard's going to be that cheap player that shits in everybody's apple pie, you can probably get him today at really low ownership. Right now, he's projected at 11%. Tony Pollard, like I said, is too cheap at 4.2. The only problem is Dallas going to get behind early, right? Are they going to be playing catch-up this whole game? So are you going to roster a running back from Dallas if that's the case? So just something to think about, right? Something to think about as far as running backs. But, yeah, I do think that is probably what's going to make or break your takedowns today. I think, it's easy to get the quarterbacks in. You can pretty much – even wide receivers is tricky, but I think the most tricky spot today is going to be running back. What's up, IXX? Gus Edwards tears ACL in practice. That is not good, man. Thoughts and prayers are out to him. That means the season is donezo. That's not good, man. Who's going to run the ball now in Baltimore? Oh, my goodness. That sucks. Douglas Woods says Brown is a sneaky. Yep. We'll get there. Brady MVP on FanDuel. Absolutely, I agree 100%. But yeah, that sucks for Gus Edwards, man. Shit. All right. Terry says Bell. Yeah, it's gonna have to be, right? It's gonna have to be now. Or the quarterback, Mr. Lamar Jackson, is just gonna have to do it all himself. He's gonna have to run it himself, even more than usual, and pass. So let's go to wide receiver for this slate. So again, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, pick your poison. I wouldn't play both of them. I would play one of them. I'll have exposure to both. Amari Cooper, I think, is too expensive. Let's face it, he's not getting any younger, and neither am I. I get it, but 8.4K. If you think Amari Cooper, he's at 41% ownership right now. That could change, but the same ownership, you can get CD Lamb here for $200 cheaper. So these Dallas wide receivers are priced up because I think DraftKings and FanDuel are seeing it how I'm seeing it, is Dallas is going to fall behind, and they're going to have to play catch-up, so they're going to have to chuck the ball. So I would get one of these Dallas pass catchers in your lineup. So if you're going to do Dak and Tom Brady, you want to at least get one of Dak's wide receivers. It don't even have to be Amari or CD Lamb. All right? We'll get to some other options. You get Antonio Brown, who's just criminally cheap at 5.6. I would imagine at this price he'd be super chalk, but you never know. You got a lot of casuals that might be playing today and don't know this stuff, man. $100 cheaper on FanDuel. Yeah, dude, Antonio Brown, I don't even know how old he is now, but I bet you he's still got it, man. He's got a full training camp with the team now. He's got a full rapport with these guys. So Antonio Brown's in a spot, you guys, short memory, a couple of years ago, before all that drama in Pittsburgh, he was the best wide receiver in the league. So, that could happen. And he's cheap. He's very cheap. Scotty Miller at 1.6K. Is this going to be the guy that shits in our apple pie, guys, that nobody's talking about at 3%? Could be. He's a little slot receiver. Goes out there, catches a couple yard passes at a time. You never know, guys. You never know. If it depends on how many lineups you're going to play. I might put Scotty Miller a little sprinkle, not too much. Very low exposure if you're doing 150 lineups, probably like 5%. But it could be him, right? They're at the 5-yard line. Scotty Miller runs a little route and gets a touchdown. So there's that. You got Michael Gallup at 6.2, one of the cheaper pass catchers for Dallas. He's in play, 29% ownership right now. Let's see, he's $900 more on FanDuel. Come on, Shorty, you can come up. Let's go, buddy. You can come up. I don't know if I'll get to him. I don't know. I got to think about it. And then the rest of these guys, I don't know. Is it going to be Cedric Wilson, for fuck's sake, that's going to go out there and do it? You guys already know that have been playing showdowns. It's the Cedric Wilsons and Scotty Millers that can totally shit in your apple pie. Let's go to tight end real quick. So Gronk at 5'4". I don't think so. I think it's a little too expensive. Again, he's not getting any younger either. Great blocker, though. He can still block. But to me, it's O.J. Howard time. O.J. Howard, when he's healthy, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. He's only 2.2K, $1,500 more on FanDuel, but he's only at 12% right now. I would definitely count him as one of Brady's pass catchers for the showdown. But yeah, he's O.J. Howard. Don't forget about this guy. If you remember, when he's healthy, he can do some damage, especially end zone targets. And then even for Dallas, you got Blake Jarwin here at 5'2". You can use him as a Dallas pass catcher. He was their number one until he went down last year. He went down with the injury, and I would assume he's going to assume the number one role. Of course, they'll put Schultz out there too, but I think Schultz will be the blocking tight end. But yeah, 5'2" Jarwin. I don't mind pairing him up with Dak, especially if he gets in the end zone, man. At only 11% ownership, you can do that. Cameron Brate will probably be out there too. He's only 2.6. Cameron Brate could be the guy that shits in your apple pies, right? So yeah, you got to get really tricky. And then the kickers, I mean, I would never roster two kickers. You don't even have to roster one on this slate. Kickers are just very safe plays. You know they're going to score a fantasy point, right? Especially in a high-scoring game like this, it's projected to go over 50. You got Ryan Suckup at 4K. You got Greg Zuerlein at 3.6. I would probably go Suckup because tons of extra points. I know it's only like, 1-2 fantasy points depending on what site, but they do add up. But I don't know if it's necessary on the slate. There's just too much value. And then the defenses, I would not roster any defenses, guys. This game, I mean, if you want to do a Tampa defense and hopefully they get like 5 sacks, you could do that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Mr. NJ 1984. What's up, my brother? Thanks for joining us, man. Terry Evans. What's on? Terry, my dude. Terry Evans. What's going on, man? Just trying to get an edge here on tonight's showdown, man. It's the first of the year. It's NFL season, guys. It's NFL season. So let's go, guys. DFSclub.com. Again, if you want the lineups, the cheat sheets, ownerships, projections for every single sport, not just NFL, come join the family, guys. $14.99 a month for every single sport. You get the Discord, members only podcast 1 hour before lock, and we'll still do MLB until the last pitch is thrown. We're doing everything. So don't miss out, guys. All right, so our guest will be coming in about 10 minutes. So no problem. So let's go back. Let's go to, while we're waiting for him, let's go to the lineup builder here. Just to give you guys some idea of where you can go today. All right, so this is DraftKings. So here's where you got to get tricky, guys. I'm not putting Tom Brady in as my captain. I'm just not going to do it. If you want to get really tricky, you can go O.J. Howard, right? You got plenty of room for Dak and Tom Brady. So I think they're already both in, right? Yep, Dak's in there. Brady's in there. Right now you're leaving 10K on the table. That's with Dalton Schultz, Antonio Brown, Blake Jarwin. I do like the Antonio Brown play. I'll probably keep him in. For Dallas, or we can go Ronald Jones, you can go Tony Pollard. I mean, all these guys are too cheap, guys. Gio, if you think it's going to really get out of hand, I can see myself leaving a lot of money on the table. You go CD Lamb. And then, so I think that Tampa's going to win this game. So I'm going to get another Tampa receiver. You can fit anybody you want. You can go Zeke, Evans, Godwin, Amari Cooper. But I'm going to get another Tampa pass catcher. I'm going to go with Godwin. And that's 4.7. You got 4.7. So you got 2.7 remaining that you're going to leave on the table. And you can get to everybody. Anybody you want. Let's do another one. These are just like, don't play these lineups, guys. These are just like examples. Let's see. So let's say you want to do, let me get Brady out of here because a lot of people are going to do Brady at captain. Let me see if you can fit who you can fit when you put him at captain. You can pretty much probably fit anybody too. Still got Dak in here. Godwin, Cedric Wilson. Why is he in here? Don't know. Yeah, it'd be tough. You'd have to take out CeeDee Lamb and maybe go Blake Jarwin as your Dallas pass catcher. Then you can go up to OJ Howard, Giovanni Bernard. I'm big on OJ Howard today, guys. I think OJ Howard's going to be the sneaky one. And you still got Chris Godwin in here. And you're still leaving 1.2K on the table. So tons of ways you can go. One more for DraftKings. Let's see. Don't put a kicker as captain. Don't do that. Let's get crazy, but let's not get too crazy. Let's say... put Godwin at captain. You could do that. Right? So now you're leaving $6,000 on the table. And that's with everybody here, but you gotta add the GOAT. You gotta add Tom Brady. You're only 500 over now. 500 over. But then who am I gonna get rid of? Antonio Brown or CeeDee Lamb? Let's see if we get rid of CeeDee Lamb. Who can we get to? You can get to Leonard. You can get to Fournette because I'm going to have some with Fournette in it. Don't get me wrong. I will. Gallup. Some people think Gallup is going to get it today. Ronald Jones, who I'm high on. You can put him in there. And again, you're leaving salary on the table because, guys, that's the key. You got to leave salary on the table unless you want to split the takedown with 500 other people. Oh, what's up? What's up? We got more people in here. Mr. NJ, remember, guys, the first week of NFL. Yep. I agree 1,000%, man. 1,000%, Kevin. And we got Kevin in here. What's up? He says, got Tom Brady, Gronk, Fournette, Mike Evans in my fantasy league. Oh, let's go, man. Yep. Make sure you guys have your regular season fantasy league set. Get your lineups set. Are you? Oh, you're on your way. Okay. I was going to say, I don't see you, man. Terry Evans. Ronald Jones starting, not Fournette. Just saying. There you go. I love OJ Howard tonight too, man. Let's see what else. Movie Hood says salutes. What's up, Movie Hood? Welcome to the live DFS Club stream of the NFL Showdown. So let's go to FanDuel real quick because, yes, we do play FanDuel also. Let's go to the single game. So Tom Brady, I'm putting at captain. I'm not fucking around. So it has Ronald Jones, Godwin, Amari, CeeDee Lamb. This is a good one as it is. Like this one, I don't even got to mess with this one. I got both quarterbacks. I got CeeDee Lamb as my favorite receiver and Amari Cooper. So you don't have to get Amari Cooper. You can go Antonio Brown, which I kind of want another receiver for Tampa here. OJ Howard. I'm going to leave $6,000 on the table, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Perfectly fine with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Let's welcome in from Pub Sports Radio, the one, the only, Billy Bills.
What up, Skywalker? I'm glad a little bit late to the party, but man, they said $1 million is on the line tonight.
Woo!
And you know this is the best place to be at. Sky, what are you doing, man? OJ Howard in the lineup. I love it, man.
Hey man, I'm trying to get different, man. I'm trying to get different.
Yeah, I've been trying to explain to everybody, if you want to win $1 million tonight, you're gonna have to get greasy.
Very greasy. I mean, very greasy. More grease than I got in my hair right now.
I like the hair, man. You look more beautiful than ever, man. You got the collared shirt. It's professional season for week 1.
I'm about to pop the collar here, go like 80s style. You know what I'm saying? There we go. I'm going to go retro here. So what's up, Billy? What's going on? What takes do you have today? Like, where are you going today? What are your key players?
I know some people are going to be scared off due to him not playing in the preseason too much, but Dak Prescott is really where I'm going to try to start off a lot of my lineups today. I feel like it's easier to stack him with his counterparts rather than picking Brady, Godwin, Evans. And then with Godwin, man, it's kind of weird. I think he's expected to play today. He will be a full go, but he might only see 60, 70% of the snaps today, and that's not really accounted for in the projection systems. So that's kind of really got me a guy on at the bottom, more of a DraftKings play, $1,600, Scotty Miller. Granted, Scotty Miller may not be the sexiest play ever, but you know he's going to get one deep ball. If he catches it, it's 30, 40 yards. He 3X's the salary. He catches the touchdown. You might not see me or hear from me ever again because I'll be $1 million richer on a yacht somewhere.
Nikki Hedges is going to hunt you down, man.
I've been selling Nick the Scotty Miller take for about 18 hours now, and nobody believes me yet.
Bro, in showdowns, anything is possible. Yeah, I think you talked me into Scotty Miller, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, with Godwin, it makes sense, right? Godwin doesn't play 100% of the snaps. Everybody thinks the Bucs are going to be up. We're going to get garbage time. Even if a guy like preseason DFS god, Jalen Darden, he's $300 on DraftKings. Even if you want to get ugly there, I mean, to win $1 million tonight, you're going to have to do something that people aren't comfortable doing.
There he is right there, Jalen Darden, guys.
Yeah, he had a good preseason. I know a lot of preseason DFS guys were on Darden. And, hey, maybe the rookie sees the field, either him or Ty Johnson. My question for you is going to be, what are you doing with this running back situation with Bruce Arians in this offense?
That's what I was saying before you got on. I think running backs is pretty much what's going to make or break the millionaire. I think you have to get that right, and it's so tricky. You got Tampa running the three-headed monster. Dallas, you got Zeke, you got Tony Pollard. Zeke probably, from what they're saying, I mean, they could be talking out of both sides of their ass, but Zeke's going to, his production's going to go down to Tony Pollard, like a 60-40 split. Have you heard anything on the contrary there?
For the Zeke thing, I mean, if you look back to last season in the first 4 to 5 weeks of the season, even though Ezekiel Elliott's ADOT was in the negatives, he was top 5 at the running back position for receiving yards. So, I mean, if everybody thinks this is a game script where Dallas gets blown out, who's to say Ezekiel Elliott doesn't hit the over on the 3.5 reception prop?
Another thing I was going to ask you while I have you on here, because you are in more of the sports betting, which I'm trying to get into. I'm learning from you guys. I watch all your guys' videos. What are some good prop bets you have today? And are you going to take a winner out of this game?
I'm walking out. I walk to the window, and I advise everybody to meet me at the window. Play Dak Prescott over 12.5 rushing yards at -110. Dak Prescott last season averaged 18.6 rushing yards per game, which is 6.1 yards higher than his projected over-under today. And out of 3 out of 5 games last year, he hit that prop. And the average rushing yard prop that they put out for Dak Prescott last year was 19.5. So the fact that we're getting 12.5 says that some people are going to be scared by the injury risk. That's why there hasn't really been a lot of money on there. Another line that started moving a lot, I think this is because I pay attention to the way the lines move for daily fantasy for Showdown. A lot of money's been coming in on Blake Jarwin receiving yard prop. Him and Dalton Schultz have been catching a lot of steam just because how bad Tampa defends the tight end position. Me personally, I don't think I want to pick between 60-40 snap. We had an argument, me and Slaughter actually had an argument today about this. And I said, don't be surprised just because Dallas is down 2 offensive linemen. Dalton Schultz may be on the field more. He's a better blocking tight end. I don't think that's the argument of who's a better tight end. I think it's which one's going to be on the field more. I think the blocking tight end is going to be in the field more. Some people are betting Blake Jarwin. Some people are going with Schultz. So that tells you you kind of want to stay away from there. And then the under on Rob Gronkowski's receiving yards. I'm with you. I'm on the O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate bandwagon. Gronk, playoff Gronk, I'll take it, but not on Thursday Night Showdown.
What are the props? What are the over unders for the Dallas tight ends?
Dallas tight ends, Schultz was, I think it was 21.5 at BetMGM. And then Schultz was opened up at 17.5, got bet up to 18.5. It's hovering around minus 135. A lot of money's been coming in. That's probably one of the most bet on props today, besides like the touchdown props.
See, that's what I like to use. I follow sports wagering with DFS because these are sharks. They know something.
Yeah,
so
they know something.
Money's coming in, right? I might roster that person on my showdown lineups.
Yeah, I think the Dallas tight end just makes why is so much money coming in on the Dallas tight end? I mean, I don't know. Conviction play tonight though. I know he was a very popular name in the redraft season, but man, CeeDee Lamb is about to eat today. I had an argument with one of my buddies, and I said, granted, I get Cooper has the better stats and all that, but if you just look at who CeeDee Lamb will be guarded by tonight, it's just abysmal. I believe the cornerback's name is Sean Murphy Bunting, who's going to be guarding CeeDee Lamb tonight in the slot. And if you look on player profile, you can look up CeeDee Lamb, look at the cornerback matchup, and just look at how many people were eating on this dude last year. And let me know if you come back and like Amari Cooper more.
That's a good take. See, this is
why CeeDee Lamb, $2,000 cheaper on FanDuel than Amari Cooper as well. So I think it's a better FanDuel play than DraftKings play.
Right, because on DraftKings, it's only a $200 difference, right? And then FanDuel, that's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference. It's like, remember during NBA season, for the first month of the season, it was like you had to put out separate videos for DraftKings and FanDuel because of the pricing. It feels like one of those slates.
Yeah, it's like that for baseball too, man. It's crazy between the two. Man, I love having you on here. You bring these hot takes. You got matchups. Who's guarding who? I mean,
I'm trying to win $1 billion on a Thursday, Sky.
If you guys have not checked out Pub Sports Radio, Billy is just one of the sharks they got over there, man. Go check them out. Billy, where can they find you and the boys, man?
They can find me and the boys over at Pub Sports Radio. You can follow my personal Twitter account at Getting Bills. That's usually where I put more of my betting stuff. I usually don't make anybody pay for the betting stuff, man. We're all gambling, so we're all in this together. It's us against the bookies, and I feel like it's like a big brother and cousin type of thing, man. I always love doing content with you and stuff like that, man, because you're one of the original guys that were with Pub Sports Radio before Pub even got big and everything like that. So always have a special place in my heart. You know, came down the freeway speeding. We're getting down to this video. Let's win $1 million today.
Hell yeah, man. You've never said no to come on, man. You know, I love you, brother. You know, I love all you guys. Wherever you guys go, I'm going to follow you. That's just, I'm a loyal person.
You just had to stop doing the horse race betting.
I had to, man. With everything back, I just don't have time. Being married, if I was a bachelor and single, I'd be on here 24/7.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Anything you were looking at as like a conviction play, like something I should put in my notes for the future?
For today, I'm kind of planting my flag on O.J. Howard as one of the lower owned players. You might have talked me into Scotty Miller. You might have talked me into it.
You put Scotty Miller in that lineup, you could do anything.
Right. And now you really got me, since all the money's coming in on these tight ends. Who do you think's going to do better? Who fantasy points, Schultz or Jarwin? Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the dude that's going to be on the field more. I'm going to go with Schultz. I think with the 2 offensive linemen, they got to play Schultz at the block. He's a way better. I think it's like the question is, who do you think is a better blocking tight end? Or how many 2 tight end sets are they going to run? They're probably going to have to run more than usual, but I think Schultz is more of a guaranteed. Don't disregard the kickers. I know from a betting perspective, a lot of people are talking about the ceremony and how the first half can play towards the under. 51 point total is a pretty high over-under for consideration for this week. If that was on the main slate, that would rank in the higher tier of over-unders for this week. So I don't know, man. I think the kickers could be something that could come into play. Ryan Suckup, kicker for Tampa Bay. Maybe if you want to play the Tampa Bay defense. I'm not really into playing defenses. I'm not about to spend money on DFS ticket and play kickers and defenses, but I mean, they're there for you.
Yeah, I just don't think there's so much value today. I don't think it's necessary. On a normal showdown, yeah, you got to cram in a kicker. You got to cram in a defense. I don't think it's necessary today with all this value. You got that rookie too for Tampa Bay. You say might be in play for what? For $200? How much is he?
Yeah, $300, like
$300.
Yeah, Jalen Darden. If they do blow them out and they do see blowout run, Darden looked good in the preseason. They might throw him out there on the field. Godwin's not 100%. Just because he's playing, it doesn't have an injury tag on DraftKings, doesn't mean that the real DFS grinders don't know he didn't go to practice this week.
Bro, throw him a captain on one line. Do it.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case we're talking shit on him. Isn't that the typical showdown slate? You think about it, dude. I'm going to fade this dude. Then he ends up scoring the first touchdown in the game. You're like, well, that's how my night's going.
Yeah, and I was telling the viewers too. I always play the second half showdowns. They're so easy, dude.
So easy. You could just I think that's one thing that I got to make sure I remind myself is to reserve the entries, because when you're watching the game, you got the feelings of the game and all that, and then the commercial break goes on, then you look at it, and then the contest is filled. I would definitely take advantage of it, and my other advice would be DraftKings is usually better than FanDuel, but if you look at the level of competition between the two, call me crazy, man. FanDuel's soft.
I agree.
You can win. 100%. You can win some money on FanDuel. A lot. I've made a lot more money in the last 8 months on FanDuel than the last 4 years I played on DraftKings.
I agree. DraftKings is the more popular one. I think they are. They probably have a hell of a lot more members on there. But yeah, dude, FanDuel, like NBA, I like DraftKings better.
Same.
The MLB spots. MLB, give me FanDuel. NFL, give me FanDuel. But I do play both. Don't get me wrong, but I agree with you on that take.
Yeah, man, you might fuck around and min cash on DraftKings and that same exact lineup on FanDuel would you $1 million. Remember back in the day on FanDuel for basketball, they used to have drop the lowest score on the team.
Yeah.
That is like a throwback from like 5 years ago. That used to be the worst. That maybe not like FanDuel basketball until they got rid of that and added the late swap.
Yeah, the no late swap. Oh, that was a nightmare.
That's what made me not play on FanDuel for the longest of time was the no late swap and the drop the lowest score. Like, what are we playing for?
Yeah, I think that broke Twitter when they finally announced that you can do late swap on NBA. I think everyone went crazy.
Like, I think it was last year during the preseason. I was like, all right, FanDuel, you sold me. The competition's softer anyway. $3 millionaire tickets, bro. How can you beat that? People spend $3 on a pack of blunts to go smoke their weed when they go to sleep. $3 could win you $1 million on FanDuel.
That's the thing. The millionaire contests on FanDuel, they're a lot cheaper to enter than on DraftKings. A lot. So,
and less sharks too, man. You can disguise yourself as a unexperienced player and take advantage of that for a little bit too.
You could. So, who's your favorite captain tonight? And then we're gonna let you go, Billy. Who? What most percentage captain do you think you're gonna go with tonight?
Everybody loves Uncle Tom. He's gonna be scared of the leg injury. Dak Prescott, man. I'm an Eagle. This is coming from an Eagles fan, so this is non-biased. Maybe the Denver Nugget Allen Iverson thing may throw some of the viewers off, but I'm an Eagle fan. But tonight's millionaire MVP is going to be Dak Prescott, and you want one of those receivers in the lineup, if it's Gallup, CD, or Cooper, or even the tight ends that we just got done talking about, Dak Prescott's going to win you $1 million.
There you go. There you go. A hot take from Billy Bills, and do not take this man lightly. He knows what he's doing. He's on YouTube for a reason. He's with Pub Sports Radio for a reason. Man, you talk me. I got to put a Dak captain lineup together. Got to do it.
I just think if we're getting him less ownership than Brady, I don't think Brady can run. Brady, a good Brady game is he gets over the 2.5 touchdown prop and has 300 passing yards. Who's to say you don't play Dak Prescott, the receivers, and take a gamble on if Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette scores the touchdown?
True. I mean, nobody's going to look at it that way. If you want to,
and I think Antonio Brown, best point per dollar on the slate for both slates as well. Antonio Brown is probably my most owned player in general on the slate.
100%. I agree with you too. And the reason is because they got so excited. Both these sites put out the pricing like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Stupid. Antonio Brown at $9,000 on FanDuel, and I think it's $5,600 on DK. It's such a disrespect to how talented he was last year. You know, the dude's a head case, man. Everybody's a head case. If you got hit for a living, you'll probably be a head case too. But, I mean, you can't just ignore Antonio Brown ranked 12th among NFL receivers in fantasy point per route run last year. So that's the stat that I really want to hone in on because we're only playing for one game. It's not like we're looking at this from a season-long perspective.
That's correct. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, a couple of these rookie Cowboys were chirping at the GOAT, talking some shit. So I don't know if that's going to light a fire under Brady to just throw it in their face or what.
How do you feel like the ceremony is going to play into this game? I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that from a betting perspective.
So if it's going to be the beginning of the game, I don't think it affects it. If they're going to pull this shit at halftime and make these late, because these players got to stay warm. Their arms got to stay warm. Their legs got to stay warm. I don't think it plays a factor. As long as they're doing it pregame, not during halftime, I don't think it affects it. What about you?
In a weird way, it does doubt from a betting perspective. I wouldn't want to bet it over or under in this game, just from the off chance of those kids that never for Brady, he's got 2 hands of these rings. For some of those kids on that Buccaneers team, for all we know, man, they probably got that ring and went off the deep end mentally or something like that. Where they're just like, oh my goodness, I got my first ring. Everything feels so realistic. And then first drive of the game, they're getting smacked. I don't know, man. Dallas Cowboys defense is horrible, though.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, though, you can look at it like that's going to pump up Tampa even more. Or
honestly,
make them feel even more confident. I don't know, man.
I think that's the way you win $1 million. Sell yourself a game script and how you think the game will go, and but play the daily fantasy players that reflect that game script. Like, if you think Dallas is going to win the game, they get up, then play Ezekiel Elliott as your MVP.
Good point. I love it, man. I love these takes. So one more time, and we're going to let you go. Where can we find you, man? Instagram, shot, whatever. Where can we find you?
Can follow me over on Twitter at Getting Bills, but all my content is done with the affiliate Pub Sports Radio. Pub Sports Radio, we go live 7 days a week. Good thing about us, man, we cover literally any sport, every sport, betting perspective, daily fantasy perspective. We're definitely going to have Sky on a couple of some videos in the future. He doesn't even know yet, but he already knows that he's on a couple of these videos and, just making fantasy great again.
I like it. Tell Boss Man too I said hello.
Yeah, Boss Man. He's probably thinking, where's Sky at? You haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, dude, he's so cool. I love that dude. You got good people over there. So that's gonna do it for the stream, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you want to come join the DFS club, where it's at the cheapest in the business, $14.99 a month. Shop around. You can't find that anywhere, and I promise you that. So for Billy, myself, and Schroeder, who's running around somewhere, signing out. Thank you guys so much for watching. But before we go, let's shout out some of the viewers, guys. Richard Highland, Terry Sauber, Jigga Josh, Tall Dog, Douglas Woods, Jake, Lamazal. Sorry, Jake, I just butchered the shit out of your name. 2 I's, 2 X's. Man, they know me, man. They know I'm not the best at pronouncing names. There's Squallman 85, Mr. NJ.
You're just glad it's not an MMA video where you got to pronounce the names.
I butcher the hell out of them. Sometimes people get so pissed in the comments. I'm like, you know what? Go get a fucking life, all right?
You think I know how to say this Russian OV ass name?
Like, oh, you can't pronounce a name, so you have no business doing UFC videos. It's like, you know what? And then I look, just shut your mouth.
I feel this guy 1,000%.
Silly boy stunt. I didn't forget about you, man. There he is. Look at that handsome young man right there. There he is.
Look
all right, guys.
First day of school picture.
Hey, man. That's a good picture. I ain't gonna lie. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And let's get this bread. Don't take shit from nobody. Don't forget to go visit Billy, who was kind enough to spend some time, give us some hot takes. And when he wins you that money, make sure you hit him up. You take care of him. All right, guys. We're out.
Scotty for the million.